Significant difference in student performance. Chicago Public League Sports is one of the largest programs in the nation, offering 31 sports to some 60,000 high school students during the school year and the summer sports program. We are very proud to provide those sports programs for students of the Chicago Public Schools, with the goal of improving academic performance and enhancing scholarship opportunities. We're also proud of our partnership with Comcast as we work together to support high school sports in the Chicagoland community.
Friday, IHSA March Madness is on My 50 Chicago Cable 8. They've got one dream: to win. Friday starting at 6:30, it's the girls' Class 4A semifinals on My 50 Chicago Cable 8, your high school hoops headquarters.
Keep you connected on Community Connection here on the Comcast Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Gentile Center in the campus of Loyola University on the north side of Chicago. We are at halftime of our Class 3A Supersectional game between Marshall and Johnsburg, and it is a dandy. The Commandos lead it by 4. Let's go over to Eric Schmidt.
Thanks, Perry. I'm joined by Courtney Hargraves. You are pulling double duty tonight. You're on the girls' bench. You've been there all season. Also, the boys' coach as of right before the season. But first things first for the boys, city champs, beat Farragut. How does that sound for you?
It sounds wonderful. You know, the kids work hard and they deserve it.
Now, first season as a coach, how has it been, the transition? And you came aboard right before the season started. So how have the kids taken to the new system and everything that you brought to the table?
Well, we basically play the same way. You know, run and gun, get out to people, so they're enjoying it.
Public League this season, we were just joking about that, but there's no Derrick Rose this year. There's no clear-cut favorite, anybody with the team to lose. How do you guys, talk about the Public League basketball this season?
Public League is wonderful, but like I said, I wasn't joking. The new kids on the block is Ryan Hare and Darius Smith.
Now, how has the adjustment been for you going from the girls' game to the boys' game?
It's been wonderful. You know, we run the same system. Been under Miss Gators for the last 5 years. See, I'm still on the bench getting those good lessons in.
What's different between coaching the boys' team and a girls' team?
The boys are more tougher, fast-paced. You know, most of the kids play above the rim. Most of the girls' game is, shooting, jump shots, and layups. You know, they play below the basket, so that's the difference.
Can you say if you like or enjoy teaching one over the other?
My heart is with the boys, but I have learned to appreciate coaching the girls.
Okay, and talk about your ride with Marshall, learning from one of the best coaches, girls or boys, anywhere. What's it been like being on the bench with Dorothy Gators?
That's nothing better. There's nothing else better.
What she taught you that's been most important?
Discipline. Discipline is the key. If you can get the kids to have some discipline, then you can go a long way.
Hey, Courtney, thanks so much for the time. We know you want to get to the locker room and share a few thoughts with the girls. Hey, Perry, John, we're going to go back over to you.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. And we certainly thank you for stopping by as we are at halftime. Marshall by 4. Back after this, live from Loyola.
You're watching the Comcast Network, CN 100, Chicago.
Get it when you want it. It's CN 100, now on demand from Comcast. Access all of our award-winning programs at the touch of a button. From an athlete's tackle to politicians tackling issues, it's entertainment you want and information you deserve. From across Chicagoland to the very heart of your community, it's CN 100's original programming on demand from Comcast. Now, go get some.
It's the politics of today that changes our world of tomorrow. And at the forefront of the issues is Political Update with Paul Lisnick, providing exclusive insight on local, national, and statewide issues. Paul Lisnick gets the facts direct from the policymakers themselves. Political Update with Paul Lisnick, where the leaders of today discuss the politics of tomorrow.
With Comcast's 100% pure digital voice, internet, and cable TV network, enjoy the convenience of one provider for all your entertainment and communication needs. Experience Comcast's superior services firsthand at the Woodfield or Fox Valley malls. Check out Comcast's huge on-demand library of programming available to pick and play whenever. Stop by our Woodfield and Fox Valley Mall locations today and get a special offer on service when you sign up at either location. Restrictions apply. Call Comcast for details.
CN100, Chicagoland's most watched cable network, is on the web at cn100.tv. Access our full lineup of award-winning programs covering everything from big-time entertainment to small-town amusement. Then jump over to our sports section and find out why CN100 is Chicago's leader in high school sports coverage. Check schedules, enter contests, and answer trivia to win great prizes. It's all just a mouse click away at cn100.tv.
Welcome back, everybody, to Loyola University, our 3A Supersectional game. What a first half we had. Marshall leads it by 4. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights for you. And for Johnsburg, a nice basket here coming from Rebecca Staveg. Had the open look from the corner, and it rattled in for the 3. Back comes Marshall the other way, and it's Adrian Godbold underneath, banks it off the glass for 2. Marshall, big outside. What a first half for Taranika Reynolds. 4 threes, including that big one right there. Marshall also getting a good transition bucket off the bench as Sierra Morris came in, and she cuts down the lane, or check that. And there she is battling for the offensive rebound, and Morris will score. Back at the other end of the court, it's once again, it's Staveg will fire in the bucket. Michelle McDonald with the first half, she had 13 points for the Skyhawks, and beating the double team that time for 2, leads all scores. But Godbold, what a first half she had, as she scores again for the Commandos of Marshall as they lead it by 4. Let's go over to Eric Schmidt now.
Thanks, Perry. Boy, Coach, you told me before the game you really wanted to slow the tempo down. What have you been doing so well to keep it at your pace?
I think our guards have handled their pressure really well. They've shown a lot of composure, especially for their age. Defensively, we've been consistent with packing it in. They did hit some threes. They're going to have to do it consistently to beat us. All right, so. Thanks very much for the time. Good luck in the second half. Perry, John, back over to you.
All right, thanks very much. Thank the coach for stopping by. Let's take a look at some of the first half statistics, courtesy of our stat man extraordinaire, Mr. Nick Pinto. And Coach, anything jump out at you besides the free throws for Johnsburg? 9 of 11 from the line.
Well, Dorothy Gators alluded to that. They got to clean that up and not foul. In her interview with Eric Schmidt, I think one key is rebounding. Johnsburg is hanging in there. Marshall needs to dominate the boards, and the turnover battle pretty even too. Both teams have handled the ball extremely well. I thought it was an outstanding, really well played game. 2 different styles. Yep. 2 teams from completely different conferences. The first time these 2 schools have ever met, and it was a quality first half. Let's see if we get another one.
Well, it was a busy day in the art class up at Johnsburg. So Reynolds will inbound it right in front of our announcing table here at the Gentile Center. And here come the Commandos in their traveling maroon uniforms.
Let's see what adjustments defensively. It looks like Johnsburg's going to stay in the 2-3 zone. The strategy worked, except they forgot one thing. Number 23, Taranika Reynolds, is a great three-point shooter.
At that time, they take it in the lane, and it was stripped away, and here comes Lopez.
Boy, Sarah Rogers picked up those 2 fouls, the star for Marshall, and sat a good part of the second quarter, and Marshall still was able to pull away with a lead. That was a key.
And the bucket, and counted it goes for McDonald.
15 points and growing. Great post feed by the sophomore Melissa Lopez. Watch Lopez, the way she gets the ankle. Nice feed, and then no defense. You got to front the post. You cannot let Michelle McDonald catch the ball. A little breakdown defensively for Marshall. There's a good look at the senior. Will this be her final game in a storied career at Johnsburg High School?
So McDonald now has 16 points in the ball game and brings the Skyhawks back to within 1.
Marianne Thompson, you see her checking in the game. She was very, very good. Boy, Marshall got great contributions off the bench.
And we welcome all of you viewers here on CN100. Very proud to bring you live coverage of girls basketball. The first Class 3A Supersectional, battling for that offensive rebound up and in is Godbold, and you talked about, alluded to that rebound situation, first half stats, and there's an opportunity Marshall took advantage of.
They really do a nice job on the offensive glass. They really attack the boards.
And one pass too many. It's swiped away. Now here's Reynolds to turn around and fire. Another offensive rebound for the Commandos. Fight for loose ball, and it will be a foul against Lopez.
Yep, second shot opportunities key for Marshall right now. You see Lopez picking up her second foul, but Marshall doing a great job hitting the offensive glass, not shooting the ball particularly well, but getting second or third shots and converting out of them.
And they're able to inbound it way back on the other end to Tatiana Walker. Reynolds now, they get it to Morris, now back. They battle underneath, a whistle away from the action, and a foul will be against Marshall.
Another open shot for that young lady right there, Taranika Reynolds, who hit 4 3-pointers in the first half, was a big part of the offense. And you see checking in the game, super sub for Johnsburg, Annie Henley, the senior.
So she will replace Heather Miller.
Again, freshman and a sophomore handling the pressure in the backcourt. Dixon, the freshman. Lopez with the ball, the sophomore.
What a job Dixon has done tonight so far, Coach, as a freshman.
Yep, hit a big shot, has handled the ball well, played good defense.
McDonald creating space, hits another jumper.
Well, she may be one of the best girls basketball players that not a lot of folks have heard of. You can get lost playing ball up in McHenry County in the way northern suburb. Michelle McDonald, she can't play. She's putting on a show against one of the top teams in the state, the Marshall Commandos.
18 points for McDonald. Timeout, 30-second timeout taken by Dorothy Gators, and the Commandos. Let's take another look at the bucket by McDonald. A nice job creating her shot.
Yeah, Stavatag and McDonald both used the shot fake to create some space. Watch. A little bit of a shot fake. Marshall has to stay down on the shot fake, but McDonald fundamentally sound, back to the basket, and she can score 15 feet in. Mike Toussaint talking to his troops, trying to pull off the upset here. Marshall probably right now the favorite to win the 3A state championship, especially with Hope beating. You see the Skyhawk fans, they could feel the upset. The Marshall Commando team trying to hang on. A lot of action left. There's Dorothy Gators, all-time winningest coach in Illinois girls basketball history. 875 wins. That's a whole lot of victories.
Also a 3A coach, other part of the bracket, Washington Montini doing battle, and they will play the winner, Pure Richards Freeport. The winner of this game takes on the winner of the Jacksonville Supersectional Illinois College. That's Highland against Quincy Notre Dame.
Yep, a couple of tough teams. And certainly Marshall was looking forward to a rematch with Hope, but Hope got knocked off. Hope, the team that beat them in the city championship by 4 points.
And here's a steal, and on the break, trying to track it down. A little too quick for Stavatag, and here come the Commandos, and they will slow it up.
Great hustle defensively by Adrian Godbold. Get a foul call here.
Reach in and doesn't go.
But what a job by Godbold, Perry. You talk about all-staters scoring and rebounding. Number 34, Godbold did it on just pure hustle, getting back defensively. And Mike Toussaint realizes his team just lost 2 points because of the great hustle.
Here's Reynolds, and what a job she has done tonight. And boy, she a quick ball player too, but she has hit 4 3-pointers.
5'6", a senior. Not yet signed to play defense. She had a leg injury early in the year.
College, you mean, but she plays defense. Yes.
Transfer from Collins High School. By the way, she'll be heading downstate. Win or lose this game, she'll be going downstate. She advanced in the 3-point shooting.
Now you can see why with her performance tonight, and she makes both from the line, and the 3-point lead for Marshall. McDonald gets it back to Dixon.
High schools sometimes don't get the detailed scouting reports, and you don't have as much time or staff or personnel to scout. And Johnsburg might have missed the fact that she is such a good outside shooter.
And rimming out for 3, battle for the loose ball, but once again, one and done. As nice position underneath by Godbold. Reynolds with the rebound. Godbolt down the lane. Coach are getting multiple opportunities.
Second, third, now a fourth opportunity.
Reynolds makes it pay.
Offensive rebounding becoming a big key that time as Marshall just quicker on the glass, and now Johnsburg has to handle the ball. Mike Toussaint thinking of a timeout call, but sees his team settle. Lopez is the settler.
They trail now by 5. And that time, great position by Morris to deny the entry pass, and no turnover call. Morris underneath, and a foul called. What hustle by number 32, the junior, Sierra Morris.
And that's what it was, transition basketball. As a coach, you tell your players, when one of your teammates is streaking down the court, anticipate that she's going to miss. It sounds terrible, but assume your teammate's going to miss the shot. That's exactly what Sierra Morris did right there.
And a good timeout taken by the Skyhawks.
Should say Marion Thompson, number 32, and she just ran the length of the floor, and she was there for the missed shot. Marshall not shooting particularly well, but they are getting a lot of rebounds. Let's watch the replay.
There's Morris taking a look at it. Real battle. And Reynolds comes down.
All right, we've got Thompson, number 32 on one roster, and Morris, 32 on the other.
Okay, flip-flop it then.
We will check that out.
Stand corrected.
Either way, a great play, and the Marshall flag is waving. 5-point lead, 4:23 left. Winner heads down state. Boy, talk about some of the great players that have played in Marshall history, Perry. Janet Harris was probably the first great player Dorothy Gators coach.
It is Thompson, coach. We have that correction. So Marion Thompson, number 32, and she is at the line. Our apologies to her, but now she has an opportunity. Not only are they going to the line, but they're getting the opportunity. They're 2-point.
Yeah.
They're 2 shots on their free throws.
Almost a switch of the first half where Johnsburg was getting to the free throw line.
Right.
Now it seems like Marshall is, and they're doing it because of their quickness inside. Marion Christian, Cappy Poindexter, you remember her, one of the greatest guards ever to play from Marshall. Kim McQuarters, Courtney Walton, Kim Williams. I mean, some of the greatest players in girls' state history played at Marshall High School.
And off the missed free throw, they put it up and in. It's the biggest lead of the night for either team, 8 points.
Godbold's name might get in that team picture before her career's over. Adrian Godbold, yet another basket.
And here come the Commandos. Reynolds, the dish off, and the break, and count it. Godbold will finish. You have to take the timeout, as the Skyhawks will do so. 3:54, it was moments ago, a 30-29 lead. But there you see the run.
Yeah, that's what the Marshall Commandos can do. They can get on a run, literally and figuratively. Watch all 5 players racing down the court, and Godbold, who has great hands, converts on the layup. Another angle here from our CN 100 camera crew, giving you some great looks. Beautiful pass and an outstanding catch by Godbold. Boy, Marshall, when they get it going, and Dorothy Gators alluded to it in her interview with Eric Schmidt, you can't run 1-2-man fast break. All 5 people have to commit to it, from your trailer to your lead person. And Marshall does it as well as any team in the state.
And Reynolds knew exactly where Godbold was going to be. Let's see how Marshall got there. By the way, Godbold with 16 points and 8 rebounds. But yeah, that's a little tough against.
Is that game 1 a misprint?
Not quite sure, but it wasn't close.
113-8 or 74-22. I'll tell you what, batting a good ball club. Trinity with Monica Albano and company, an outstanding
good
ball club. That win over Trinity might loom large for Marshall.
Let's see the road to the sectional or super sectional for the Skyhawks, and the big hurdle was getting here, beating Regina Dominican, and 64-56. And a lot of excitement as they fell short, as you mentioned, Coach, against Warren Township and Sarah Booth.
Looking down over your shoulder, Perry, Andy Ziakowski, our director, is telling us the 113-8 is not a misprint. I actually knew that. I was trying to be sympathetic to Raby High School, but looking over your shoulder, Perry, Regina coach Jim Russo sitting about 15 seats away from us, watching the action here. He did a heck of a job with that Regina ball club.
Marshall has outscored Johnsburg this quarter 11-5.
Yep, they got the timeout called. Might have needed that timeout a little bit before, but if you're Johnsburg, you have to assume that Marshall's going to get a couple runs on you, and the key is you got to maintain and limit the damage of the run.
And McDonald has it partially blocked in the lane. And Rogers along the far sideline, still driving. Sarah Rogers going coast to coast. Cannot finish, but who else but Reynolds backs out with it, resets the offense.
Second opportunity for Marshall again and again and again. That's been the story here of the third quarter where they've taken the 10-point lead.
Yep.
Field goal percentage not great for Marshall.
But you're getting those offensive rebounds, doesn't matter, because they finally do finish. You have to look for that 3 second, not called. Reynolds. And she hits another.
In a game of big players, Taranika Reynolds, the 5'6" senior, making a play for our CN 100 player of the game. She's dishing it, she's defending it with her steals, and she's scoring with the shot. A tremendous all-around game. Another turnover by Johnsburg.
18 points for Reynolds. Yes, coach, they're just kind of lost their composure a little bit here, and they're, I think, getting a little tired as well.
Marshall's pressure will wear you down. That's part of their strategy. That's what they do.
Lopez, a nice swipe away from Rogers. But boy, you see Sarah Rogers get up. She lost the ball, but played some good defense to slow up any transition.
She's going to be a nice addition to the University of Massachusetts. Sarah Rogers could probably play two guard in college. Good defender, very active, impressive player.
Boy, they tried to feed again, and Marshall's done such a nice job here in the second half of denying that entry pass to McDonald on the block.
Great adjustment by Coach Gators at halftime. You're exactly right. The defense fronting and the weak side help much better second half against the all-area kid, Michelle McDonald. Now Marshall can take their time. I don't know if that's in their mode to do that, but let's see how long, and maybe they'll make Johnsburg come out of the zone. Dorothy Gators signaling play 4. That might be the delay game. In fact, it is. So now let's see what Mike Toussaint does, and he signals Melissa Lopez to come out and pressure.
And they'll just reset. Holding the ball is Tatiana Walker. Back over to Rogers, the senior, to Reynolds. She said, wait a minute, let's back it out.
Marshall, a tough team to press because they handle the ball so well.
And for those of you enjoying our live coverage here tonight, stay tuned. We'll have the second game here tonight at 4A Supersectional. That's Whitney Young in Maine South.
What a victory by Maine South. They've been the upset team of the tournament, huh?
Yeah.
Knocked off Resurrection, beat Loyola.
Well, now inside 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. What a quarter for the Commandos of Marshall. They led by only 4 at the break. They now lead by a dozen.
We're looking over at their coach. What do they want to do here? They're going to stay in the zone. I would think fourth quarter they might have to come out of it and pick up man-to-man. But right now they'll stay in the zone, see if they can keep the lead at 12. Marshall will try to make it 14, maybe 15 with a three-point.
You know, they did the same thing against Trinity, Coach. They had a 13-1 run in the third quarter to kind of break it open. Long way to go yet, of course. But that's where they made their move in the sectional finals.
7 seconds.
Nice defense by Heather Miller.
Heather Miller is probably their best defensive player. Not a huge scorer, but a great role player. You see coming out of the game, Annie Henley, number 20. Rotating some players in as Johnsburg. Gonna have to find a way to come back from 12 down, maybe more. Let's watch the final 7 seconds.
Into the corner, a little give and go to Reynolds. The putback, and the horn sound. But what a third quarter for the Commandos, as they will discuss it, go to their team huddles, and they now lead it by a dozen after 3. Fourth quarter coming your way next, live here on CN 100.
You're watching the Comcast Network, CN 100, Chicago.
Friday, IHSA March Madness is on My 50 Chicago, Cable 8. They've got one dream: to win. Friday, starting at noon, it's the girls' Class 3A semifinals of My 50 Chicago, Cable 8, your high school hoops headquarters.
Welcome back live at the Gentile Center, the campus of Loyola University in Chicago. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach John Cohn, and we're looking at some of the Skyhawk fans from Johnsburg hoping to rally their troops. The Skyhawks trailing the Marshall Commandos going to the fourth quarter of this Class 3A Supersectional game by 12 points. 42 to 30 is your score. Look at the award-winning cheer squad of the Skyhawks, and they've done a great job all night long. And they're hoping their classmates will on the floor. And there's will respond here in the fourth quarter. But Dorothy Gators, she's been downstage so many times, wants to go there one more time at least.
Graduate of DePaul University, Dorothy Gators, and Courtney Hargraves at halftime alluded to it, but a key to her program, a key to her success, discipline. She really keeps the players under control. She demands discipline both on court and off. She has that great presence. Probably one of the female coaches, Perry, that I think she could easily coach a guys team.
Yep.
There's not many female coaches that could do that. I know Pat had some at Tennessee. You could see her doing that. But Dorothy Gators, she would be successful coaching girls organizing.
And now they struggle to get the ball into, and here comes Reynolds on the break. She's got it, and she's got 20 in the ball game. Boy, we just got the third quarter stats. 13 field goals for Marshall to only 5 for Johnsburg. They outscored the Skyhawks 13-5 in the third. Let's take another look at that basket. Wild scramble and nice outlet pass by Rogers.
Boy, she somehow was able to grab that ball away, and you're right. She just whipped that ball down the court. Nicely done by Sarah Rogers, who does so many things that don't show up in the scorebook, including making great outlet passes.
One thing you can be sure of about this Johnsburg club, there's no quit in the Skyhawks.
Nope. Underdog team playing with nothing to lose. They just have to find a way to regain their composure, but clearly Marshall's pressure D has worn them down a little bit. Now, one thing Marshall can't do, and Dorothy Gators really upset with that last foul. If you're Marshall right now, do not foul, because one of the ways Johnsburg could come back is at the free throw line.
That foul was on Marion Thompson, number 32.
That's the 5th team foul, and Dorothy Gators was up off the bench right away. You can tell that clearly is one of their strategies.
Godbold checks back in the lineup. Boy, you give Rogers a breather. But Godbold back in off the inbound. Little give and go. Nicely done. McDonald now has 20 in the game.
That's a set play off their inbounds into McDonald. She reverses the ball to the corner up top. McDonald curls into the paint, gets 2 points. How many times has Johnsburg scored on that play? Well, she's going to be an excellent player at Winona State. She could play Division I after watching her play. And Coach Toussaint said she was recruited by some Division I schools. She just liked Winona State.
Getting a little too fancy.
That's up in Minnesota, right?
Yep. It's
75 degrees and sunny up in Minnesota.
Well, I've spent many a day in Winona myself.
Good look on the replay right there. That's right, you're a Minnesota guy.
Yeah, I live there, man. Well, I'm a Deerfield guy, you know, but I spent many years up there.
Sorry to hear that.
And it's a beautiful area. It's in the southeast corner of the state, not far from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Another foul for Marshall, so 16 fouls. They got a 12-point lead. Nice, comfortable lead right now.
They have 4 players with 3 personal fouls, Coach.
You know what?
Thompson, Gobblad, Rogers, and Walker.
And that's almost less of a concern, the individual fouls, because their depth is so good. It's the team fouls. And allowing Johnsburg to score at the free throw line.
A little trouble getting the ball in bounds was Slifka. She'll try it again.
Got a good look at Coach Gators there, signaling the play, and very animated on the sidelines.
Lopez tracks it down right in front of our announcing table. Gets it over the line. Now has trouble. And here comes Godbold again. Gets it to Reynolds. Little fake. Boy, is she quick. And nice steal by McDonald. Great anticipation to the low post feed. Rushing the shot on the break was Stavatag. And there's Lopez.
Tough break.
Big miss.
Tough break by Rebecca Stavatag. Great pass in the open court by Michelle McDonald, 5'11", leading the fast break, but that was a big miss. Tough break for the senior, Rebecca Stavatag, and Mike Tarrant's going to call timeout.
No, I think it's actually Marshall will take the timeout. Both teams with 2 left.
Good look at Coach Mike there. We mentioned he's a 1986 graduate of the high school, played on the guys team there. What a nice guy. Talked to him on the phone. just you could tell he really enjoys coaching the team and loves the players he coaches.
Folks, we start with highlights from across the Chicago area, mixing interviews with coaches, players, and fans. And Sports Weekly comes to life. Join me every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6:30 here on CN100 for the week's most comprehensive high school sports coverage in Chicagoland. Sports Weekly each and every week.
You know, your grip on that football every year gets better and better. And get a look at Melissa Dixon, I believe, the freshman. Smiling through that, huh?
Yeah, don't know. It's a little bloody nose. It's been a well-played game overall. A few more turnovers in the third quarter, but overall, a very cleanly played, well officiated, and a huge crowd from Johnsburg.
That's a long drive coming down. It was snowing tonight, so you're talking a long drive from Johnsburg down here on Sheridan Road to the Gentile Fieldhouse. Good dedication by the Johnsburg students. Marshall bringing a nice crowd here tonight also. So.
Yep. Well represented from the Chicago Public League and all their fans.
This is a great gym to play. We've done games here before. Just a wonderful place to watch basketball, the Gentile Fieldhouse.
They do a great job hosting it each and every year. And we, of course, remember some of the boys' games, too. The John Shire coming out party. He was a freshman that one year.
Jim Weitzel and the Loyola Ramblers, of course, play their home games here. Coach Weitzel, Mike Toussaint, went to Elmhurst College and played for Jim Weitzel when he was the coach at Elmhurst College. Johnsburg's coach said hello. He stopped by the office of Coach Weitzel before the game and said hello. And Coach Weitzel said, "Who are you?"
How soon they forget. I don't think so.
Coach Toussaint was in the end of the bench. Just kidding, Coach Mike.
Reynolds down the lane, and she does it again with 22 in the ball game.
And the impressive thing about her, Perry, is she's doing it every which way you possibly can, right?
Look at that hustle, almost another steal.
She's doing it with her defense. She's got 3-4 steals tonight. She has rebounded. She hit 3-point shots earlier, and then, watch this, takes the ball to the hoop. I mean, at 5'6", she's listed at 5'6", looks more like 5'4", 5'5". She has absolutely dominated in every phase of the game tonight.
Okay, so Dixon checks in after being repaired.
If she doesn't hit the 3-pointers early in the game, Johnsburg might have been out to a 10-point lead. So
by the way, should mention that Alexis Wadnewski got a little action in there for the Skyhawks.
Yep,
Johnson was being repaired.
Johnsburg, you got to find a way to come back in the game, but right now, Marshall in clear control, confidence. Johnsburg has to pick up defensively. Let's see how Marshall attacks.
And this is the discipline you're talking about, Coach. They can do it on transition in the break, and can they do it on set plays and underneath, like that bucket down low by Godbold.
And how about the passing, too? The teamwork, the sharing of the basketball, Marshall, making the extra pass. Really impressed with their teamwork. Very unselfish ball club.
And it's knocked away by Godbold. And this time Rogers does, I think, the smart thing, just back it out. You got the big lead.
Tough to watch if you're a Johnsburg fan or player because it's getting away from you. Look at Lopez playing defense, but you can feel it, the game getting away from the Johnsburg team, and that's nothing new. Marshall's done this to a lot of teams. McDonald going to pick up some defensive pressure.
And Rogers goes around, dish off underneath. Godbold's got it. She has 20 in the game.
That's the catch-22. You come out and play pressure, man-to-man defense, try to create a turnover, and you open up Marshall's quickness and ability to drive to the basket. What a nice play by the senior, Sarah Rogers.
Dixon for three. So off the mark that time. Scramble for the loose ball. And it goes from Walker to Reynolds. Now on the break underneath, and it will go.
The wraparound pass. The Marshall fans loving it. You know what we're going to call that pass. This is almost too easy. Got to call that
the Reynolds wrap.
The Reynolds wrap. Watch it right here. There it is. The wraparound pass behind the back.
And Quinta Lemons will finish.
Goodness, what a performance by Tanika Reynolds. And she is not yet signed to play college basketball. She's going to make a tape of a game to send this to a school to. This would be a good one to do.
So Lemons will go to the line.
5'6", a senior, Tanika Reynolds.
Boy, they have just totally put the pedal to the metal here midway third quarter and here in the fourth.
Well, really, it started almost in the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, it was a one-point game after McDonald made a bucket. And then she mmade that little jump shot down there from about 8-10 feet away. And after that, it's pretty much been all Commandos. Stavatag Lopez can't get it to go. McDonald, the offensive rebound, and she got it.
And the foul.
And one. Have a chance to complete the three-point play.
Boy, Michelle McDonald gets the rebound. But watch Lopez here. She continues to compete. Only a sophomore. Boy, they're going to love having her around for the next couple of years. And Michelle McDonald leaned in a little bit. Could have been an offensive foul, but she gets the basket. And boy, they're going to miss her. Again, Michelle played a little bit in the limelight last year. They had 3 outstanding seniors in the ball club last year, all playing college ball, led by Paige Fedorowicz, the All-Stater, who's at Marquette now. Michelle McDonald this year has become the star.
I don't know what you can say. Reynolds, it just keeps pouring it on with 24. McDonald, by the way, has, I think, 23 points in the ball game. Dixon. Coach, is just kind of becoming a one-on-one game now.
Yep. Johnsburg is going to have 2 great guards coming up in the future. Melissa Dixon, great move right there.
And that goes for Reynolds. Oh, my goodness.
What a time to have your best game of your career. Are you kidding me? Tara-Nika Reynolds again watching the replay.
She had 8 points in their win against Trinity. Let's take another look this time. And everything is going in for Reynolds.
I mean, she got hammered and still found a way to get the ball up and in. The game of your life on live TV here in front of the large crowd of the Gentile Fieldhouse. Tara-Nika Reynolds. I got a feeling Dorothy Gator's phone might be ringing Monday morning from a few colleges that were thinking about getting Tara-Nika Reynolds to come their way.
Well, that's about the only thing she has missed tonight.
2:42 left. You're down 22, and at some point, Mike Toussaint is going to have to give some playing time to some of the young ladies on the bench, because there's no way you're coming down from 22 points with 2:29 left against Marshall.
I think it's time too that the.
And what a hand Michelle McDonald will get when she comes off the floor, and for Sarah Rogers, the young lady with the ball, and the rest of the Marshall seniors, the march will continue. They, folks, are going to be headed downstate.
And the Skyhawks are going to get some nice substitutions. They've been outscored here in the second half, 28-5, Coach. Well, let's try to run in some of the people that will be coming in for Johnsburg, as Coach Toussaint's doing a nice job of getting some of the substitutions in. Susan Conroy, a freshman, getting some playing time. Also, she's number 32. Number 4 is Courtney Belis. This is nice to get these young players some playing time, Coach.
How about Rebecca Stavatag coming out for the final time in her career? Coach Mike Toussaint giving her the hug. Annie Henley, another senior. Always a dramatic moment when a senior comes out in her final game. But Henley and Stavatag, what wonderful careers they have had here at Johnsburg High School.
Zorn also in for the Skyhawks.
Johnsburg players, it's a real community event there, and the players, Perry, they coach on Saturday mornings in the junior Skyhawk program. They call it the Little Dribblers. And all the varsity players coach the first and second graders. They love doing it every Saturday morning. And you know the kids, the Johnsburg girls in first and second grade, absolutely eat up being coached by their stars, their heroes, the varsity players.
Brittany McNish, by the way, is in. Also in is Laura Heeman, number 24. McNish is 42.
I missed it. Michelle McDonald came out. End of her storied career.
Got a nice round of applause. Trying to get everybody mentioned if we can.
You know there's a lot of young players, a lot of little dribblers out there that want to be the next Michelle McDonald at Johnsburg High School and become a Skyhawk. What a career she has had. Tremendous, tremendous season. They finally got over the hump. They won the sectional championship. A big moment, but they couldn't get over the hump that wore maroon jerseys known as the Marshall Commandos.
Belis with it. Over to Conroy. Conroy to McNish. A little pump fake underneath, up and in for Brittany McNish, the junior.
Now, if you're Marshall, you got to get Reynolds out of the ballgame, get Godbold out of the ballgame. Time to go to the bench, Coach Dorothy.
Yes, Chettier Miller is ready to check in, number 11. Next stoppage, she is a freshman.
You know, this is a Marshall team that had to handle a little bit of controversy this year, Perry. They had some down moments. Number 1, they started out the season 1-3.
Yep.
And came back from that. And then number 2 in the Martin Luther King Day tournament game that Dorothy Gators organized, they had an incident playing Milwaukee Vincent where there was a little bit of a fight, and Dorothy Gators herself called the game off.
Yep.
Stopped the game in the middle of the half, suspended 6 players, so they had to go through that. And Dorothy Gators was quick to mention, despite that, despite that, she says this is one of the nicest group of girls she has ever coached here at Marshall High School. Good look at Dorothy right there, really complimenting her team, but that was not a good incident, that one particular game against Milwaukee Vincent.
Hey, high school basketball fans. Make sure you watch our Game Buster 5 as seeing 100 hoops. Ramped up coverage means even more new highlights to evaluate our weekly on-demand sports short feature, Game Buster 5. Game Buster 5 is Comcast recognition of the top 5 impact plays from this weekend's games. Look for key steals, big dunks, lightning fast breaks, and game-busting buckets on demand. It's Game Buster 5 only on Comcast. Look for details on CN100.tv. A few more people we want to mention in real quickly, Coach. Buchanan, Ellie Nusser, number 40, checking in for Johnsburg. We already had Belis, number 4. So I think we're all set on the Johnsburg crew. Now let's see if any other substitutions yet. Number 11, Miller is in. Also, Benita Henry is checked in for the Commandos.
Interestingly, Reynolds and Godbolt still in the ballgame. Not sure why, but they're still in the game.
Anquinette Holly is in. Try to get everybody mentioned if we can.
I would be the last one to question a coach that's won 878 games, but I'll do it anyways. Time to get Miss Reynolds out of the game. And you mentioned the Game Buster 5.
Yep.
I got me a feeling we're going to see Taranika Reynolds in that Game Buster 5 highlights. You could pick one of about 9 different players today.
Oh my goodness.
There goes Godbolt out of the game.
By the way, Chandler Sommerfeld, the sophomore, checks in. Getting a nice hand to Zorn, checking out. So here is Reynolds, 27 points for the senior. Outstanding performance. So forget we'll have our CN100 player of the game here right after this. And for those of you watching us live, stay tuned. We'll have all sorts of coverage between games. We'll have the Maine South Whitney Young game live right here on CN100. But this game is being wrapped up for the Commandos as they will head downstate.
I feel like this is almost a home court for Whitney Young. They've been here, what, like 4 years in a row in this particular game? What a job Coach Corey Urban and the Whitney Young team led by DeFrance.
And there's Reynolds. What a hand she's getting.
What a ball game for the senior. Getting a hug. You get a hug from Courtney Hargrove, you get lost. That's a big man.
Yeah, Sierra Morris now is checked in, number 33. We got that all squared away now.
Reynolds gets hugged by Hargroves. He's not seen for the next 2 days.
And loose ball goes out of bounds. Well officiated game tonight too, Coach.
Yes, very well done. And Marshall did a great adjustment in the second half of not fouling, continuing to pressure, but they played much more disciplined defensively. And they just dominated in the second half. Great halftime adjustments by Coach Dorothy Gators and company.
Winner of this game will take on the winner of Highland Quincy Notre Dame.
You know, a lot of the Marshall players are cross-country runners, Perry.
Well, it's a track meet here tonight.
I was asking Tori, you know, she's going over the players. She's telling me what other sports in cross-country. This girl's in cross-country. I go, that's impressive. I go, by the way, who's the cross-country coach? You know what she said?
Dorothy Gators.
Me. She said they aren't playing another sport. They're doing cross-country with me. That's why they're in such great condition.
Out of bounds. And Johnsburg has it, 25.9 seconds remaining.
That's a lot of girls, Coach Gators, that do cross-country. That's impressive. Who is the cross-country coach? Me.
And here's Sommerfeld with it.
I don't think it's an option.
And Sommerfeld dishes off that time to Heeman, and underneath, fighting for the loose ball are the Skyhawks, and coming out with it, the little turnaround jumper doesn't go for Nusser. And back for Marshall is Holly. And the horn sounds, and the game comes to an end. As what a second half for the Marshall Commandos. They led at halftime by 4, and they win going away to defeat the Skyhawks of Johnsburg. Back with more, including our player of the game interview right after this. 60-37, your final score.
You're watching the Comcast Network, CN100, Chicago.
Jobs, jobs, jobs. That seems to be the mantra of the year.
This is such a hot topic right now.
They've done the crime, make them do the time. That'll do them some good.
Unless you're going to a city council meeting, the public really doesn't understand why.
Is this the kind of thing President Bush is behind?
Apprati, Lisnek, Comcast Newsmakers at 24 and 54 minutes past the hour. Only on CNN Headline News.
With Comcast's 100% pure digital voice, internet, and cable TV network, enjoy the convenience of one provider for all your entertainment and communication needs. Experience Comcast's superior services firsthand at the Woodfield or Fox Valley malls. Check out Comcast's huge on-demand library of programming available to pick and play whenever. Stop by our Woodfield and Fox Valley Mall locations today and get a special offer on service when you sign up at either location. Restrictions apply. Call Comcast for details.
Jane goes to school from 7:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then must go to softball practice from 3:45 to 6 p.m., followed by jazz practice from 6:30 to 9 p.m. What are you doing between 3:45 and 9?
A recent survey of Fortune 500 executives showed that 95% participated in activities while in high school. So don't just go to school, go beyond with the IHSA.
The Illinois High School Association. Challenge yourself.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Gentile Center on the campus of Loyola University here in Chicago. Live tonight here on CN100. The Marshall Commandos storm away in the second half to beat Johnsburg 60-37. Let's go over to Eric Schmidt with our CN100 player of the game.
Thank you very much, Perry. It's Taranika Reynolds. I just joked. I said, you don't even look tired. You look like you go another couple quarters.
No, I've been waiting on this day to actually put all my energy out. And when I put it out, it's like I still got more energy.
You guys, Johnsburg really controlled the tempo in the first half, and you guys came out in the second half and you ran and you were successful. You slowed down and you were successful. What was the key?
The key is to keep our momentum. Like, we want us to play the game as our speed. We want them to control the game. And we're a better second half team. As I say, Johnsburg, they did a great job of controlling the tempo, and that's something we wanted to do, so we had to take control of the second half.
Well, the fourth quarter in particular, I don't think you guys missed a shot. So how much did your conditioning play into really being able to wear down?
Man, we run like all day, every day. Like, we're in excellent shape. We love playing on big floors, and we just prepared for a team that's gonna run and gun just like we like to run and gun.
You weren't very familiar with Johnsburg. You really haven't gotten a chance to see them. So how do you prepare for a team that you really don't know a lot about?
Just prepare for the all-around game. Can't pick a certain thing to prepare for.
You guys finally going outstate. You weren't this round. Now next round you go outside. How's it feel?
It feels great. As me being a senior, oh my God, like, I can't explain. I'm just overwhelmed with words.
29 points. That was a great effort. Good luck to you as you get down state Final Four. Fellas, let's wrap things up.
All right, congratulations on one of the great all-round team performers. But, boy, she was the spark plug. She hit her first two shots from outside and gave them a quick 6-2 lead. And she did it on both ends of the floor defensively. And as you mentioned during the game, she scored every which way, down the lane, on fast breaks, and hitting those big three-point shots as well.
Academy Awards were yesterday. I think the best performance for an outstanding girls basketball player in front of the CN100 camera crew, Taranika Reynolds, was unbelievable. The Marshall team really, really good. They got a great chance to win it downstate. Johnsburg, a very good team. Marshall played an excellent game.
Yeah, Johnsburg building on the future, but at least they got here, and we'll see what transpires for the Skyhawks, but congratulations to them for an outstanding season. So that will wrap it up for this, and coverage of tonight's game is sponsored by Comcast. Digital cable with on-demand, high-speed internet with power boost and reliable home phone service. Get all three great products on one convenient bill. Call 188 for Best TV and ask about the triple play. Don't forget, those of you joining us live here tonight on CN100, stay tuned because we'll have the Maine South Whitney Young coming your way just moments from now. Until next time, for the coach, John Cohn, for Eric Schmidt, for our stat man extraordinaire, Mr. Nick Pinto, for our producer-director here tonight, Andy Zierkowski, and our entire CN100 production team, I'm Perry Williams saying thank you so much for watching, and so long, everybody.
watching the Comcast Network, CN 100, Chicago.
And the winner of this year's spelling bee for correctly spelling the word obnoxious, Phyllis Strackley. We got a winner here. C-H-U-M-P-S. What's that spell? Who's your mama now, baby?
For the ultimate in high school sports coverage, turn on Comcast and get in on the game with Sports Weekly. Join Perry Williams each week for the latest scores and highlights from across Chicagoland. Sports Weekly gets you up close to the top players and the hottest teams in prep sports. So when you crave the action, get in on the game with Sports Weekly. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 6:30 here on the Comcast Network, Chicago's leader in high school sports coverage.
Hello and welcome to Illinois Education with Senator Dan Cronin. I'm Dan Cronin, and I am delighted to present a very interesting show to you from a very interesting facility right here in LaGrange Park, Illinois. We're at 1515 West Ogden Avenue at the St. Joseph's Ministry Center. It's right next to Nazareth Academy High School, and I'm talking to a leader in education. And she's got a story to tell us. I want to welcome to the show Sister Mary Beth.
Thank you.
Well, I'm just delighted you could join me and spend a little time talking about your ministry here at the Ministry Center. You know, if I may, why don't you tell us a little bit about this facility here? I'm sure a lot of our viewers are from the area and they've driven by and they see this campus. If you could share with us a little bit about the St. Joseph's, the Sisters of St. Joseph's Ministry Center, what goes on here at this campus?
Well, we have many things that go on at this campus. It's the Sisters of St. Joseph from LaGrange Park, and we've been here since 1898.
Wow.
But this building that we're in right now was built in 1968. We have residences for sisters and lay people, and we have many ministries that go on here. We have the School on Wheels bus is parked here at night, and we go out every day to a different